Welcome to Black Love Matters, where this serves as a therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
and find our inner Barack and Michelle,
or Jay-Z and Beyonce. Or in this episode, we're gonna go with woke ass Tam or nestled in white hands ass Denny. They the real ones. Y'all done heard us say their names before. They're part of the Black Love community, but they came. We came out here to Silicon Valley, San Fran area, and they stepped in. And when I tell you they stepped in and showed out, they did the dang thing for us. And we're going to talk about that. But also, just they love, right? Mm-hmm. We're going to have to get them to share their love story.
Right.
You think they will?
Yeah, they will.
I think they really should, because I think their love is so... The word that I think of when I think of them is authentic. Mm-hmm. They are authentically them. They embrace themselves for where they're at. They support each other. They call each other on their shit, right? But at the core of it, they can be authentically them. Because I even say throughout this year, I've seen folks not be authentically them. Or I've heard of friends or loved ones in relationships where they feel like they couldn't let their hair down all the way, right? Mm-hmm. With their partner to be them, good, bad, and ugly. As Beyonce say, flaws and all, right? But I really see that within them in embracing that, right?
Right.
And with them being each other, they kind of help each other's light shine. Right? Look, I was looking at Troy, then to say something, Tam will go ahead and skin and grin and smile and look on at him, or the opposite of Tam be saying something. I see that when Den be looking at her and be smiling. When you be smiling a little bit, that's how Nero always look at me, but no.
Yeah, baby.
Ooh.
Yeah, baby.
But those little things, I've noticed that, I've been taking notes as we're preparing for this book of like these. It's like I want to do a chapter on like subtleties. Like when you be around folks who really care about each other
and like really love each other,
it's
and
subtle
enjoy
things.
Each other's time.
It's never the PDA that Nerum always claimed that I don't give him. Like Nerum the type that want people to hold hands fine, but like put hands in pockets, in the butt pockets, and
baby, I want to put my hand in your ass pocket.
And then people just be intertwined. You be like, what are y'all doing? You can't even walk, right? But I'm saying just the subtleties, be it the graze of the hands, the looks, that type of stuff was very present. So I think it's just something beautiful about that. Or even, I'm gonna let them share their own story, but the fact of how, the way they moved around the country for each other, right? For each other, be it personally or professionally, and supporting each other, and that idea of true compromise to bring happiness to the relationship as a whole. But both of them individually can stand on their own too, right? It's not a one with no one's carrying anyone, right? They're kind of going at it together. What you think, Nero?
Yeah, it really was. First, it was a great time having them come up and kick with us. That was always a great part. But yes, their love is just something to smile at.
Yeah.
To see that, this is going to be that old black couple.
Rocking on the porch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What the Neely should have been.
Yeah. Oh. Y'all stop putting that on there, because we done had an episode about divorce, and I done told folks, if you got to get a divorce, guess what? You got to get a damn divorce.
Leave in the depths of the night.
And I think it goes back to the authenticity. Although we all did love the sugar pie and spice fairy, we all in the back of our head was like, is this real? Like, it's something. I don't know. I don't think we was calling it fake, but we all know, come on, it's a Black love community, that we was like, something in the rice ain't clean. Mm-hmm. We all knew it, but we couldn't put our fingers on it. But we loved them so much that we looked past it. Their food was good. We looked past it. Right. So, that I think that's what I'm really, truly looking at and searching for, this idea of authenticity. And when I think of Tam and Den, that's what I think of, is authenticity. Mm-hmm. All right. Who is you?
I'm Nero.
And I'm Nyambi.
And this is episode 135.
135. Happy Monday, y'all.
Welcome to Colonizer Valley.
I don't know if I like that. It seems harsh. Because all the colonizer I've met have been pretty friendly.
Oh, she done got some nestled in her.
Actually, the ones I've had problems with has been some of the Asians. So I got to think of a name for that. Okay. Some of the Asians, I had to cock my eyes to the left to say, sis, relax.
She done got nestled.
I ain't got nestled. Near done found a little joy.
Be sure to leave a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher. And follow us on all forums and social media on Black Love Matters. That's Black with no K. Mm-hmm. What's up? What you got going on?
So a check-in, a few things. So I know the majority of this episode is probably going to just talk about us, our transitioning here, our thoughts and all that good stuff. So I'm not going to go into many details about that. But did y'all see Queen Cicely Tyson?
What's going on her?
Got something that I thought she should have been had. See, this bull I'm talking about. Queen Cicely Tyson who turned 93 years old, received her hand and footprint at the TCL Chinese Theater in Hollywood. Like I said, Tyson has had many years of well-known pictures and actresses and stuff. I thought she already got this, but she just got this. What she was quoted to says, "Never dreaming that one day I would be asked to do the same," she said during the ceremony. While standing next to actor friend Tyler Perry and gazing at the concrete, Tyson got emotional. She has had more than 60 years of award-winning performances, starting with Roots. Come on. To come to this moment only because I believed that he was going to direct me, she said. And I'm thinking she's talking about who? The Lord. And it just made me smile. Like, two things. You know how I be. It amazed me that she didn't have one.
Right.
Cicely Tyson.
Right.
Tyson been playing a slave since
slave movies was invented.
She been 16, okay? Right? You know what I'm saying? She done did the struggle.
Right.
All the way through. She done played every role. Like, she done did this. So respect should be on her name. So I'm not sure why she hasn't got this. It like makes me want to go through all her credentials to make sure she received everything she should have. More so, it makes me want to go through all the black older actors who are getting old, like James Earl Jones. Like, a few of them are getting up in age.
Right.
They don't got much longer for this earth. And I want to make sure they got the props they deserve. BET on VH1, I need y'all to have a ceremony honoring these actors who may not have received what they should have got. And we need to roll out the motherfucking red carpet for them and say, Jesus, thank you. Thank you for your creative talent. Thank you. We need to give flowers out while they still here. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just assumed it's Cicely freaking Tyson. Why would it?
Right. She ain't got all the awards yet.
She had all of them.
Right.
But maybe
y'all better give these people their flowers while they alive.
So regardless, fine. We don't want to hold to, white standards, the Western, or whatever. We don't have to hold to that standard. But BET, VH1, not VH1, honey. Mona, I don't know. TV1. Can we just have a ceremony and gather all these older actors and just put respect on their name? I don't care. Make up an award.
Shit, I'm about to get some trophies made and send them out to the Black Love Matters Award.
It just say, we see you, we appreciate you. And if it wasn't for the Cicely Tyson, the James Earl Jones, the Sidney Poitiers, the Van Peoples, you know what I'm saying, the Miles Mays, all these people, right? It couldn't be no T'Challa.
Right.
It can be no Black Panther.
Sure can.
It can be none of this stuff. Can't be no Insecure. Can't be none. Can't be no Scandal. Can't be no Shonda. Right? We just can't forget the shoulders of these giants that we're sitting on. And I just want. And I know folks say, hey, rewards, they just do it for the love. No bullshit. Give them what they deserve. Give them their honor. Give them that homage. What is it? What you call it here?
Homage.
That what Funky Dynamic. Let's honor them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just in that spirit of honoring our elders, and I want us to do that. So, shout out to Cicely Tyson. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Next one. I miss Desi. It's a lot of dogs in California. So many so that when I see a black dog, I just yell, Desi. Desi, is it you? Desi, come here. Not one dog has turned around yet. Desi. It ain't him. I miss him.
I know you do, because you bring him up every 2 seconds.
When we was flying, I was like, Desi, how you think Desi would have did on the flight?
Horrible.
How you think Desi would have liked the apartment?
Horrible.
How you think Desi would have liked walking through here?
Horrible.
So I just miss him.
He wasn't a good dog.
You're not always a good person either.
Okay.
I love you.
I've been here longer. I got more seniority than that nigga.
Flaws and all. Okay. So I just miss him a little bit. Next, I'm excited for hopefully when y'all listen to this, I'll be. Oh, I almost told y'all where I was going. I'll be. Can't tell you. I can't tell y'all, right? I can't tell y'all that. But I should be in orientation, and I'm just so humbled and
to be with your peoples
and gracious and full of gratitude for this opportunity and for God, right? For God in ordering my steps, and for God's grace and mercy for directing me to this path, and for him saying every time I tried to do something and think I would do better, him getting me right back in line. For all them jobs, I was like, oh, I got another job. The Lord's like, you don't. Did I tell you to go there? Get back to the box store. Why you keep trying to lead a box store, right? So I'm just so gracious right now, and y'all know my prayer. I'm asking the Lord to use me as a vessel and to direct me, right? So I'm just here to do his work and to be humble and to drink green juice and live my best life out here. But I am so excited. I think one thing I was being honest with Nia and Niram was, and a couple other friends, was like, I was waiting for the ball to drop. I was waiting for them to say thank you, but no thank you.
Right.
We don't know. And that did not happen. And I know that's just that weapon of the enemy and fear, right? So I've pushed that aside and know what is going to happen is going to happen. And I'm already here, right? he didn't bring me this far to leave me.
Right.
So, and hopefully this company done did their research enough.
Hopefully.
And if not, I'm here.
You here?
So I'm just.
The nigga should have asked Jeeves or something.
Anybody, right?
Right.
Do something. So I'm just very, very grateful, and I'm trying to get in a creative space, right? I'm trying to, still embrace my academic background, a bot store background, and hopefully bring some. I don't even need nothing new, creative, novice ideas to help this organization run better and efficiently and smoothly. I told y'all, this is my month of yes. I can't do a year. I can't afford it. But if any colleagues, coworkers ask me to do anything, I'm saying yes. So this is the time to get Nayam to do whatever they want. And I finally returned some phone calls and just showed some gratitude to folks who mean the most to me. Like I keep telling y'all, the thing for me is gratitude. Is just telling people you care about them at this moment. So it's never a doubt in their mind. Neerams?
So Neeram is, while Naomi's going to be at work, I'm going to be a real house husband of Colonizer Valley. Oh, I'm going to be sitting on this couch. I might make her a meal or two, but I'm going to be doing yoga off this balcony and taking pictures and thotting for the gram. Y'all know that is one of my favorite hobbies, thotting for the gram. But other than that, just trying to figure out where I land when it comes to this whole Colonizer Valley move and journey. So, we went out and people said they starting to see a little joy in my heart and my eyes and niggas smiling, but the joy still ain't there. My joy level have went from 0 to 0.2. So if anything, it's very minute as far as the amount of joy that I've received.
Near, I'm getting a little more joy. I see him smile just a couple more times.
Nigga, nah. So, just enjoying that, just enjoying supporting my lady, especially the many people I've have talked to about like this move, and them being like, "Damn, your lady got a job out there. You moving out there following your lady." Like, damn, man, I don't even know if I'd be able to do that. And just knowing that, A, I'm gonna find my own, and I'm gonna land where I'm gonna land. But B, like, why wouldn't I support my lady? Like, why wouldn't I be there and support her along the way, especially if it's something that's for the greater good? When she win, I win. And when I win, she wins. So, that's just something that I was having a conversation with some of the fellas and just being like, damn, man, so what you gonna do? Well, shit, nigga, I'm gonna do what I always gonna do. I'm gonna hustle up. And that's what Neeram does. Y'all know I apply for 5 jobs a week just as a hobby. So just imagine when I got to a new place and I ain't got no job, how many jobs a week I'm gonna apply for. So, just doing that and just trying to figure out like the whole journey, where I'm gonna land, and supporting my baby girl at the same time. I think that's gonna be my role as a man in this relationship.
Yeah, I think that's a great question, or that's something we maybe need to do as an episode. Is that I didn't even consider the fact that and I appreciate you, right? Mm-hmm. I think church, and y'all know I found a church in 48 hours. So we did go to church. We'll talk about that. Mm-hmm. Is just really, being in a space of appreciation to you for you willing to do that. Because the type of relationship we got, it's like, well, I'll do it for you too.
Right.
But I didn't think of the different things that are at play with you. The norms as a man, a black man, this idea of this negative stereotype of, well, you following up behind a woman, right?
Right.
And I didn't think of it like that. We're in a relationship, we're a partnership, but just being, aware and considerate of your feelings in this whole situation, right? So, I appreciate you. I didn't even think about it.
Look, my external foci as masculinity ain't got nothing to do with that. Like,
well, I'm saying the norm. I'm not saying you. I'm just telling you what the norm, right? You know what I'm saying? How other folks may perceive it, or other folks may go about it or think about it. And I didn't think about that till like after church, and we had that conversation. And it's a rough place to be. But I think on the other side of it, what happens is, if I think from a woman perspective, sometimes we have these leaps and jumps, and then we do have a man that kind of follows us, and we're excited about that. But I think where the breakdown happens is when they don't find their own. Mm-hmm. So, this is great for the first maybe 3 to 6 months, but month 7, 8, you still in the same space? And then the man will use it like, well, I came here to support you and help follow you. We doing our dream. No.
Look.
I think that's when it goes left, right? And it's just the sense of breakdown. And then even as a woman, it'd be like, well, am I taking care of this man? Or is that something I'm okay doing? Like, it's a lot of gender norms that has to be broken down.
Have to be broken. I was joking with Nestle and White Hands Denny and being like, yeah, I'm going to be this house husband in the Colonizer Valley. And he's like, well, nigga, what you going to do? I said, I'm going to sit on this couch and then I'm going to lift Nyambi up on my shoulders to help her get through this glass ceiling. Out here in Colonizer Valley.
Tried it.
Because it's like 0.001% of black folk out here. And you black and you a woman? Uh-huh. Shit, nigga, you an exceptional Negro.
What? And I keep talking about God's grace because I didn't even realize that. Like, I knew it, but I didn't realize it till I start. In my line, we're going to get to the plane and stuff, everything. Have you seen? We done counted on our hands the number of people of color.
Including woke ass Tam and we did go to church, so
that don't count.
That number got to be raised up. Besides church, 18.
Mm-hmm. Added church, that'll probably at least double it now.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, that's going on, and just, just think about that, and just, I'm excited about the possibilities, for my lady, but also for myself, because, like I said, my field or what I do is in digital media, and this is, hell, this is the mecca of digital media.
And but space of time. Or even I think, and maybe some listeners out there, like this idea of using a recruiter or headhunter, right? Because that's what the colonizers do. Like,
right.
How do you even go about that? What does that look like? Y'all know any good recruiters or headhunters?
Y'all know some headhunters.
Or the best way to look for one or to do it? Or let us know. Near need someone.
Exactly. Do I pay them or do the company pay them for finding me?
Yeah.
How did that work?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And another thing I just want to mention, because somebody had hit us up on Twitter and was talking about the Bill Cosby stuff and how it was hard for them to listen to us talk about it. And they said something about, did you ever think of how your listeners would feel by defending Bill Cosby? And I just want to say,
did we defend him?
I say, since break us, ain't nobody defend Bill Cosby on this end. I said numerous of times that I knew it was going to happen and it had to happen, but the end result for me was lackluster.
Yeah.
That's all. And what I meant by that, yes, that nigga was guilty. That nigga deserves to be guilty. But for me, the end result is lackluster. This nigga's 80-something years old.
What is that?
So
if
he goes to jail for the rest of his life, if or when that nigga goes to jail for the rest of his life, like what?
What lessons were learned?
Exactly.
I don't think no lessons in learned. And they talked about that in church. This idea that, how did he frame it? That policy and law can be changed, but policy and law don't change hearts. Don't change hearts.
Yeah. So
we need to change rape culture, sexism, racism. You have to change hearts.
Right.
And I just don't think this changed anything.
No.
I don't think anyone's happier. I don't think anyone's I don't think it changed anything.
No. If anything, every dog gets his day, and I get that.
Sometimes.
Every
black dog.
Exactly. But I go back to the thing, where the fuck is Harvey Weinstein?
Yeah.
So
every black dog is.
So, and that's the thing. This nigga's 80-something years old. Yeah. And does he deserve, should that nigga be found guilty? Yes. What he did was wrong? Yes.
Yeah. I think healing is much bigger. I think the healing process for the survivors of the trauma that he caused, survivors of sexual assault, in any form, is much bigger than a verdict.
Right.
If all it took was he's guilty, go to jail, or she's guilty, go to jail, a lot of folks would be healed. But it's a lot more than that. So, and I even think that's triggered by the response to show. Mm-hmm. It's bigger than that, right? We got healing to do. Right?
So I think that's more or less what it was. And just to say, it's just because I ain't defend nobody.
No.
It's not fucking Bill Cosby. Shit, I'm excited. I can sag all over wherever. Ain't got to worry about nobody telling me to put my pants on. But also, as a person who's also been sexual assault and sexually assaulted,
don't assume.
Don't assume.
Yeah.
Don't assume, sis Brookhurst. You don't know what story or who going through what.
Yeah.
And so that's all I gotta say.
Okay.
And then
you don't be reading comments. I don't.
No, but I do. I do. I read comments. I read every single one of them bitches.
Yeah, I don't.
So,
but sexual assault is a very sensitive topic right now, and I think it's important. I'm glad it's a conversation, but I do, and I am going to stand firm that laws and policies ain't enough.
No.
You can put all the laws and policies and all the hashtags you want. The culture of sexual assault, sexism, rape culture, this stuff is not going to change unless we change hearts.
Exactly.
Policies help. But it ain't gonna change. It ain't gonna. You're just gonna find a way around it.
Putting, going through the law, the justice system does work. But who's to say that the justice system is the end all be all?
It's not.
And then also, they're not getting everybody. If you're white,
come on,
it just seems like it just disappear
with some money. Or I say, ain't money no more because Bill got away with it for about 60 years.
Exactly,
it's a while. Yeah, I think it's a broader conversation of healing, and I think I was talking from the Bill Cosby sense. It's just, y'all know I'm on my walk, right? So I can't cast stones, right? So I can't be like his sin is worse than my sin either. So we're gonna look at it from that side.
Right.
So Bill done did his stuff. What you done did too. And from the way with my guy, look, he don't put sins in order. He don't say this sin is worse than that one either, right? You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things that I can't.
I just don't want to see like victim blaming or doing any of that stuff because like I said, you don't know what story.
Oh, they said you or me?
No, just
us
generally.
Oh, okay.
You don't know what stories Neil and
I
have been through.
I apologize if you felt that way.
But ain't nobody defending Bill Cosby. No. Especially not over here.
No.
Shit.
No.
The last niggas to defend that.
I think the outcome maybe. Not person, I think just the whole outcome. Like I know we weren't the only ones who thought that was like, oh, so what did that help?
And that's the thing. And I think that's the thing for like,
who did that help? Like who did that help?
And that's what I meant by it being lackluster. Like
did that lead to major policy change or reform?
No.
Or a change in law?
No.
Okay.
Like you put that nigga in jail, he blind, he deaf, dumb. This nigga about to die anyway. So like what? Yeah. If anything, take all that nigga money. Strip that nigga all his awards. Strip that nigga all these fake ass degrees he got. You know what I'm talking about? You know them degrees.
He's too riled up. Honorary degrees.
Them honorary degrees and shit. And then nigga accused, strip his motherfucking letters from him. No more purple and gold for his ass.
Has Omega Sci-Fi released?
No, but his lawyers out there throwing up the motherfucking hooks and shit.
Omega Sci-Fi has not said anything?
No.
Interesting.
So if you want to do something, that's what you do. Take his motherfucking money. Take them letters. Take them honorary degrees away from his ass. But doing this shit, putting his ass in jail, his old fucking ass, his ass about to fucking die. All his ass needs is fucking trip and fall and he fucking shit on himself and fucking die at the same damn time.
Let me step in. We were not victim shaming. Thank you, Nero. Nero, I thought you had a little joy.
I told you I didn't.
Thank you for clarifying.
It's minute.
I didn't. What's your next one?
Oh, shout out to my nigga from Detroit.
Oh, there we go. Nasty. There you go.
What's this brother?
You had a Desi moment. There you go.
No, but I'm just been saying, like, for other people, I feel like, but since this nigga's 80-something years old, acting all blind and shit, acting all frail. It's just like that police officer that was murdering motherfuckers and shit that we gonna talk about. This nigga all frail and shit, boogeyman. What the fuck jail gonna do for his old frail ass? Yeah, y'all see that with his California. They was like, we probably put them in jail. Why? You want to do something? Take away all the motherfucking awards and put stars by them bitches.
Oh my goodness.
It's been taken away.
Nero.
Like they did MLK ass. And put that star next to his degree.
Ooh.
If you want to do some fucking actions. That's what the fuck you do.
Oh my goodness, Nero.
Damn.
Nero. Whew, I'm triggered a little. I'm trying not to go through it. Go ahead, Nero. What else going on?
My nigga from Detroit, Paul Johnson, he got this exhibit out called Sambo Princess.
Oh. I don't know if this is going to be good or bad.
And basically, it's an art exhibit to embrace big lips and kinky hair and showing there's no reason for black people to hate these features. So, he was just saying, like, growing up in Detroit, this type of stuff was, told that we were seeing as, like, big pink lips, big ears, like look like animals and shit like that. So he wanted to beautify this concept. So he has an exhibit, and it goes out until, I want to say May 6th. Yeah, it goes to May 6th in the gray area in Detroit, and it's called the Sambo Princess exhibit. It looking like some of the pictures is pretty damn dope. Like, it's dope. Y'all should definitely check it out. But it was basically just saying that, reversing the narrative when it comes to the character Sambo and when it comes to women and everything like that. So I really think that was dope. I really thought that, supporting my people from Detroit, because every time I see something from Detroit, I got a little soft spot there anyway. But it was really a dope concept. So y'all should definitely, for everybody in Detroit, definitely check him out. His name is Paul Johnson, and it's in the Gray area, Detroit.
First. Yeah. That's like a gallery or something. Right?
Yeah.
I think it's in Courttown or downtown or something like that. Nice.
Yeah, so definitely go check that out.
Perfect.
You got some pillow talk?
We thought in this pillow talk, we'll tell y'all about our kind of transition to Cali, and then we'll do maybe a kitchen table talk, and then Wednesday we'll be back with a Black love story and all like the hot topics in love and life and all that. Sounds good?
Right.
So, Nira, where should we begin with the flight? It was amazing.
It was. So
driving there first. You want to go there? So driving to Boston.
Me and Nyambi has 3 bags apiece.
Yes.
Both of us got 2 big ass plastic bags. I mean, not plastic bags, plastic suitcases.
I don't got no plastic bag.
Got them plastic suitcases.
Yeah.
And we got a carry on and backpacks. A, because Nyambi ain't coming back to white ass New England
ever.
But B, I wanted to bring some stuff and just leave here as well. So, just trying to like navigate that, I thought was the most interesting thing. So we navigating that. We get on a little shuttle bus to where we need to be for, to drive out to the airport. And we just get there. Yeah. And I think it ran very smoothly. Like we got to the airport. I was like, all right, Nyambi, you're going to take these bags. I'll take these bags. If this don't work, we'll get one of those carts.
Yeah.
And it just all worked out. We got the little newer suitcases that roll all in any direction. So
because I have a confession, I haven't bought a suitcase in my life. I always take my parents. I got a mismatch set. Every time I go to Detroit, I buy a new suitcase. I get one of their suitcases from the basement.
Well, Nyambi, you're 30 now, so you got to buy your own luggage now, baby girl.
I think that's what my parents say. And my dad really don't care, but my mom, she be low key keeping count.
Yes.
And she come to our house, she's like, I think I got something like that. I'm like, oh. I'm like, and I never say yes and no. I'm like, okay. And then my dad just look at me and laugh, like, did my mom be like, did you take my shit?
Yes.
Oh, sticky hands.
Oh, sticky
I ain't raised you hate like that. She said, you took a whole suitcase?
Yes.
I done took a whole blender for my parents.
Nyambi took a whole suitcase set. No, a set of 3. I said, damn, baby. You don't take all of it. They all right. They got extra luggage.
It's all right. But I was even saying on the ride there, your mom called and what?
Oh my God!
We got so many calls that morning.
So many calls. Well, first it started
was just
off
people
with
flooding in calls.
It started off with Juliana. So y'all know that we got this voicemail number, and the thing is, it's a Skype line. So sometimes I forget to log out of Skype, and it just calls my phone.
Yeah.
So sometimes I know some of the numbers, and I'm like, oh, that's Shan, or oh, that's touched by right hand, Danny, or oh, that's Bree. Yeah. Then I seen this new number, and I was like, oh, well, who was this?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm answering. So she answering. Who was it? Juliana?
Yep.
Was it Juliana?
I don't forgot that quick, but that was a good conversation.
Oh, it wasn't Chinese.
Yeah.
It was Juliana.
Look, we done talked to so many people.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if it wasn't you, Juliana, shout out to you anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like, Naomi, is that you?
I said, yeah. It's me. I like to have real conversation.
Right.
What you doing?
What you doing? Well, shit, girl, I'm supposed to be at work.
Get out that bed, make them coins. Be a cubicle warrior.
Mm-hmm. So you talked to Juliana, and then like my mama called me, and then she was like, "Nero, can you put me on speakerphone?" And I said, "All right, Mom, what's going on?" Because I want Naomi to hear this too.
I said, "Okay."
And then she'd have bust out in the prayer.
Amen. Amen.
What you thought, Naomi? Well, I had to drive, so I had to focus.
I pray. I believe in the prayer. I love when folks be praying for me.
It was a long prayer, too. It was like 15 minutes long.
It was not 15 minutes.
Jesus.
It was a few minutes.
It was
long.
But
it wasn't 15. Was you impressed, Nero?
My mama ain't never did nothing like that.
What? She has. She just have prayed quietly for you.
She ain't never did that.
She has just prayed quietly for you. We still getting wins off prayers of grandmas and mamas and aunties we don't even know about.
Like I said, she never did that for me. So I thought it was all Naomi. My mama liked you more than she liked me.
What?
Yes.
Why would you say that?
Because Naomi, my mama has never ever stand for any woman I've been with except for you.
What she do to the other ones?
Nothing.
She tolerates them. She tolerates.
But I remember when that time we was going through our situation. Like I had graduated and I was in Detroit. You was still out there, and my mom was like, "Nero, I'm gonna tell you something now. Don't you be like your daddy."
Oh Lord. Not like your dad.
Nyambis is a good woman. Don't you mess this one up because you let this one go. I don't know if you're going to ever find anybody as good as her.
Oh,
and I'm like,
Mama. Thank you, Mama.
You supposed to be on my side.
She supposed to say, you good. Thank you.
So that's how I knew my mama stand for you.
Okay. Well, I got your back.
Mm-hmm. So, we just had a bunch of phone calls, and
they all just came.
Spread
right?
hit us up. Your parents.
Folks
had a
didn't
bunch
even
of text
think.
messages.
Yeah, your sister.
My sister.
Some previous colleagues I haven't heard from in a while, but just really supportive, right? That I haven't heard from in months, right? And was like, we just want to send good energy, like to the point where they was like, I'm doing this going on in my life. You pray for me too. It was like the song, I pray for you, you pray for me. Like this. It's just like a whole line of people like, oh, I got you too, right? I'm gonna keep you lifted too. Like it was just such, y'all know what I kept asking, like if it's meant for me, just open the doors, just let it go, right? And the whole process was just such a soothing area and process, right? And the flight was good too. The flight went quick. I watched me a couple movies.
I played.
What movies you watch?
Damn.
What did you watch? I know you watched the end of Geostorm, the beginning of it.
Geostorm.
That's not a bad movie, is it?
No, it wasn't. It was something else I watched. Jumanji.
That was cute, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a cute meal. I sure would have seen that.
It was me and Nia and Nadifa that went to see them, but one of us went to see it with one of them. It was good.
It was a cute little movie.
For a remake, right? Because I had low hopes.
I did too. But I fell asleep through it, and I woke back up and I rewinded. I said, "Oh, this is good."
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah.
I watched. Why as soon as I say that?
Father Figures.
I didn't get through it all. When I tell y'all, Father Figures is some funny shit with Owen Wilson and that guy who be in Hangover and Kevin Hart and Ving Rhames. No, it's not. It's not PG. So don't watch it at work. Don't watch it around Holy Ghost. But if you want some good laughter, and I was only like 40 minutes in because it was the second movie I watched. It was hilarious. It was so good. I forgot the first one I watched. It was underwhelming. I think it was underwhelming, whatever it was, and it was so good. And of course, we got them snacks. How did you feel about the JetBlue snacks?
I love JetBlue.
Because have you ever been on a long flight when they have to stretch it out like that?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So you already know it.
Give me them drinks.
We was in exit row.
And then they got that little cabinet where you can go get your own snacks and drinks and shit too. And then I had my own snacks and drinks too.
Because of course you got to get your own snacks.
Right. So I had my favorite shit. I had my laptop. I had my Switch playing Zelda.
Exit row. We was in a weird exit row.
Yeah.
What's the one? The Nerium kept acting weird.
Oh my! So I'm in the exit row with the jump seat. Yeah. So that's the one with the flight attendant sitting next to you.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of weird there because I'm in the middle, but not in the middle. So I was like, oh, I'm riding, bitch.
And I was like, well, you want to switch?
I don't know.
And then
because she's like, ain't no armrest over here.
Yeah.
Okay. And then since we in the extra row, the seats don't go up.
Yeah. But you can stretch your.
But I stretched out, so that was cool.
Yeah, it was good. Oh, we ain't talk about that Logan. We went to the White People's Red Lobster.
Legals. Oh, we went to Legals.
Oh my God, I got the best drink ever.
Man, that crab and lobster omelet was off the hook.
I got a crab cake and egg sandwich.
And we had that cucumber cooler.
And was lit for the plane.
Whoa.
We was lit. I said, cheers to fucking Legals. I said, I know what the colonizers see in Legals. Legals is completely overpriced.
Right.
But I see the appeal of Legals, honey.
Right.
Y'all come to Boston, Logan, hit up that Legals. It's worth the $40 per person. Per person. You're not going to be full. You'll be full for about 3 hours, but it was the bomb.
What else? I almost got randomly searched. Well, I did get searched. So y'all know that I'm carrying around.
I'm already sipping my drink, and I'm still not even in there.
So first of all, I got TSA pre-check. Nyambi don't.
Nope.
So we on JetBlue, but so we both got like even more speed or some shit like that.
Yes.
But since mine still say TSA pre-check, they sent me to the other side. So I'm like, all right, Nyambi, see you on the other side. So I get my bag and it goes through, and they usually stop and check it anyway because, I'm walking around podcast equipment. So I got like 3 microphones. I got a wire for each microphone. I got my audio interface, USB cables, headphones, just abundance of wires and microphones and shit, right?
Yeah.
Just all in here. So they stopped it. They look it up. It's like, we're going to have to check this. And before he even checked it, he's like, don't touch anything. I said, oh, okay. And I was like, well, I just want to let you know, sir, that it's probably my podcasting equipment.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Jesus.
I podcast.
What is a podcast? No, I'm just joking.
So what do you do for a living, sir? I'm a podcaster. Jesus. Where can I listen to it at? Oh. iTunes, Stitcher,
wherever podcast.
YouTube, wherever podcast is.
Yeah.
What's the podcast name?
Oh, Jesus.
Black Love Matters.
We should have wore a shirt.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, I was rocking the Reed hat. I was rocking the Reed hat. I started to be like the Reed.
Please do not get them caught up. We'll get them caught up on some TSA shit. Please.
But I was like, Black Love Matters.
Thank you.
And, you know, this is, white boss. Black Love Matters. Yes. You can tell he just wanted to be like, all love matters. Mm-hmm. Well, it ain't for you.
Yeah, everything's
so he pulls out everything out my backpack.
Yeah.
And I got all my shit, like, nicely knitted and wrapped up and shit, because, you know, I care all about my cords and cables.
Yes.
I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, I got it all up in all neat. You can just tell it's just nothing but cables.
Yeah.
Like, you can see the microphones.
Yeah. I said, well, Naomi probably thought you was creating a bomb.
I got to run all this shit through here again.
Did he say shit? Oh, he had attitude?
He had attitude. Well, I had attitude, too.
Oh, okay.
It took all these wires and cables off this damn backpack. You know how long it took me to put these shits in here?
It took him like 20 minutes. Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
So, you know, got done with that. We had legals. That was good. Mm-hmm. We got to the terminal. I felt like that went off without a hitch. I told Naomi we about to get these motherfuckers our carry-on bags, so we ain't got to have nothing.
And they did. They said, if anybody would like to check.
Look.
Us.
2.
Please take these.
Send them to our final destination.
Yeah.
We get there. We get on the flight. The flight was pretty good. I had a little nap. Naomi had a little nap. We had good snacks. Like, everything went good, right?
And then even picking up the car.
Oh, so we picked up the car?
And they didn't even, I walked in, I was like, oh my God, it's a long line. As soon as I said it was a long line, I got an email, bing, if you go to P3, you can just pick your car up and leave. I said, yes, confirm.
What?
Confirm.
Pick up my car. So we went to go pick up Naomi's car.
Have you ever had it like that? Or you always had to go to the counter?
I always had to go to the counter. I've never had it like that where you just be like, you can go to this spot here and pick up your car. I'm like, where the keys at?
I don't know. I just opened the door. It was sitting there. And you were like, are you sure this your car? I was like, yeah.
And then Naomi asked, what the hell we get? A Sentra?
Yeah.
A Nissan Sentra? Naomi asked, ain't never been nowhere. How do I start up this keyless car?
I don't have a keyless car. Y'all know I believe in keeping cars, so I pay them off. So I'm not getting the car until my Jeep dies. I don't even have a backup camera in my car. So much so that this Nissan had a backup camera. I don't even look at it to back up.
You know, Naomi
Miriam was like, you have a backup camera. I was like, oh, I can use my eyes.
So Naomi wrapped her arm around the seat looking back. I said, baby, it's a backup camera. No. And so Naomi all extra
I used the
aware.
nice thing. I couldn't turn the car on. Like, I couldn't hit the brake. Like, it was just.
She couldn't turn it. I said, baby, you got to press on the brake, hit the button. I'm pressing on the button. Baby, press on the brake. She's like, I'm pressing on the brake.
I was like tapping it, I guess. I don't know. It just was not.
Press on the brake and then press the button. Oh. And then her. How do I change the mirrors? I can't see.
It's like I couldn't find anything.
You was just nervous. You was just on one.
You said I was nervous?
I don't know
Why
what
you
the
think
hell
I
it
was
was.
nervous?
I don't know.
And also it was a car. Like, I haven't drove a car in years.
I'm sitting so low to the ground. I want my Jeep back.
I feel like I could put my hand on the ground and just roll out. Like, I'm used to being higher up too and seeing over people and doing stuff too. And then riding. Mm-hmm. What's wrong with y'all streets? What's y'all have a driving lane, a bike lane, and a walking lane, a crawling lane. What are all these other lanes y'all have?
I don't know, but I love it.
And they're painted green.
I can't wait to ride my bike out here.
Oh my goodness. Be safe.
It'll be out here in 3 months.
Don't do that, Nero. Why you gotta be petty like that?
So we finally get the car. We drive to the hotel. Wasn't that far away.
Yeah.
And then we had these convoluted ass instructions. So I guess they gave us instructions, but it was like a template. So the apartment number that they had on there didn't match,
Mm-hmm.
and like the codes didn't match. So we kind of like nigger rigged our way to get into.
We was like, well, this got a lock on it, so let's see if the code worked. It worked.
It worked. So we get up in there,
and then we opened the door, and I said, It's somewhere I always wanted to stay, right? So it's like we have like these floor to ceiling windows, and we look out of it, and it's just God Himself in California,
right?
And I was like, this is too much. I was overwhelmed. What you thought about it, honestly?
It was beautiful. As soon as we walked in, I said, "Oh, this is where Naomi wants to stay forever." Yeah, like
this not where you want to stay.
If it had an extra bedroom. Because like Naomi loves
condensed living,
she
minimalist.
wants condensed living, and I'm a big ass dude. I don't know how many times the guy said I'm 6'3". I'm big as hell. Naomi wants a fucking studio. I'm like, baby, my clothes alone fill up the studio. You know, big and tall clothes is big to the motherfucker.
A lot of fabric,
right? They charge us $2 for nothing.
You isn't it?
So I say, oh, this is right up Nyambi's alley. I seen the view. The view was good. You seen the sun. It's just so much light in here. Since it's all temp housing, so pretty much everything is all taken care of.
Yeah.
It was a good thing. It was good. It's right up Nyambi's alley.
Yeah.
When I seen it, because I was like, this is what she wants.
Yeah. It's something I thought about. I'm gonna stop all this preaching, y'all. But it's something else when you get to a space where the things you prayed for start coming true. Mm-hmm. It's like, ooh, what next, Lord? I prayed for this, right? I was just talking about this with our Kwanzaa crew. Because they've had some major wins, be it professionally or personally. And we like this Kwanzaa, we have our little ups and downs and tiffs. But I got to telling all my folks in the Kwanzaa crew, they called and checked on me before I left. They'd be like, everything that we prayed for in the last 6 to 7 years have come to fruition. Mm-hmm. We got to come together to show gratitude to the ancestors. Right. Everything we've asked for. And we asked everything from careers, making 6+ figures, children, multiple children, marriage, houses. We explicitly asked. We just went in a circle and kept asking for things. Mm-hmm. And everything we literally asked for has come true. Has come true. Yeah. Right? Like, that's something huge, right? Some folks dream about something their whole life and don't get it. Right. We dreamt about this 5 years ago.
And look where you're at now.
Mm-hmm. So imagine the things that we can do. Like, I think that's the power of the community. That's the power of having, positive energy, having a grounding space, having good people around you, right? To move you forward. I think that just validates even more the importance of community. And don't get me wrong, all of us aren't in the best places with each other, but I think if anything came down, folks would be there to support, right? Right. And, I think I might have to be the one to be like, all right, Kwanzaa crew. We might not be able to get together on the Kwanzaa, but sometime in these months, we all gonna have to come together for a day, for a weekend, to show a little gratitude to the ancestors. Because all of us, every single one of us in that Kwanzaa crew has a testimony of how we done made it through something or how something was laid out and given to us. So, and then my thing is we need to get together for the next 5. Mm-hmm. So I need everybody to bring their dreams and wishes for the next go around to see what's going on. No, Nero, what's your thoughts on it? No, because Nero be believing tell the truth.
$5 million house.
Oh my God,
that's what I'm putting out there.
That's what you're putting on there. That's what you're telling the Kwanzaa group. No, I'm talking about the power of community, right?
Yeah, the power of
community, the power of accountability.
I think also the power of just speaking into existence. So I'm really big into like speaking that shit into existence, like the law of attraction. Like the things that you put out there are the things you're gonna get, and just keep putting things out there. So and I think that goes along with my belief with the Grand Architect, and with that. So I think that's one of the things that I'm always is like, oh well, this is gonna happen. Yeah. And Nayan be like, what? I'm like, this is what's gonna happen, and like. I'm a prophet. Yeah. Oh.
You and the beef of these prophecies.
No, but I really think that's what it is. And I think it really goes back to that saying, like, once you make your mind to something, like the world starts to conspire. Yeah. And like, since this whole journey, from us being, both us losing our jobs on the same day to
almost a year later being here. Oh my God.
To you like getting this job out here in Colonizer Valley, it's all I've always said, or I always be like, oh, we're gonna land somewhere. I always say like, I don't know where it's gonna be, but it's gonna be bigger than what we got now, and it's gonna be something that we never thought about. Yeah. And look.
Yeah. I know. I just thought about that. So shout out to the Kwanzaa crew. Give me a few weeks. So look on maybe a month or something for us to somehow unite. We can't do it on Kwanzaa because I know the thing is we're all on like opposite sides of the United States now. But the blessing is we have the resources to come together where before we barely had. Right. Remember we had to we squeezing pennies together to make dinner. Right. Well, I got an extra 10. You got some right. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Who got money on their food stamps?
You did. Food stamps to 6 figures. Come on, God. Won't he do it? Mm-hmm. So I really I think it's something powerful to that, right? And or even just bringing that to everyone's attention to be like, do you realize that? Right. We powerful, right? We're super, super powerful. But the neighborhood's cute. Mm-hmm. It's everything I've dreamed of. But it won a lot of black. It was so, look, I'm changing the tone. It was so interesting that it was a sister working in one of the stores, and when we walked by, she stopped what she doing. Like she was like dusting or cleaning the window or something. You stop what you're doing and just followed us down the street, but not in a nasty way.
No, but like these niggas know.
Like I wanted to be like, sis, is you good?
Right.
Let us know if you're not good. We can help you. We'll free you. Mm-hmm. So it was one of them things where it's like, where are you from? What's going on here?
Yeah.
But I did have a moment where I was very close to cussing Niram out. Because y'all know when we travel, we have problems. So I've been in my head to be like, be calm, be obedient, woosah. It's not about that. Niram took off them shoes. And it smelled like death. Had crawled in there. Had sets. Damn. Took a shit. And then just walked away.
Peep this. No.
Then he gonna just plop him off in front of the door. I said, it got new apartment smell. And then I walked by. I said, what is that smell?
Nigga, is that your feet?
I said, is that your feet?
Nigga, I've been in these shoes all day.
Me too.
But your shoes light and airy and shit. Jesus. I guess I'm a big nigga. Shit.
I said, we immediately got to go buy something. But I held it together. Did I hold it together okay?
Yes, because usually she go repetitive. Like she do Desi.
What?
Because all she kept saying, every time she seen the dog. And it's getting to the point now I'm like, all right.
Dude. When Nero see a dog, he act like he don't see. He try to walk past though.
I ignore it.
Yeah.
But like I've been in my shoes, like I've been in these shoes all day. See, a couple things. A couple things.
Yeah.
A, when the moving people came, they took their own shoes. Because I'm all about minimalizing shit. So whenever something fits my big ass, shoes, clothes, I buy it in every color.
Yeah.
So they took the wrong color shoes. Mm-hmm. So the shoes they left was the ones like I'm training for New York City in.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're already gonna have a little funk to them because I ran 20 miles, 30 miles in them.
Oh, okay.
So that, and then I've been in them all damn day. Right? We done walked around. We done did everything.
Yeah.
So you gotta let the dogs out, and we let them out.
Not the dogs.
Them niggas was barking.
Oh my goodness. To the point where Neil was like, should I put them on the patio? I said, baby, you don't have to do that.
No,
let's just get some foot spray.
No, I put the bitches on the patio just for you, baby.
And I woke up in the morning, they was just sitting outside.
Yep.
I said, he's a good man. Then we did an area tour with Ogre. It was all right.
Yes.
It was just, would you say, Near all the areas look, from San Francisco to San Jose, they all look the same?
Yes. Like all the little cities in between, she just kept taking us to like the downtown areas. And it's like, it just looks the same. Like it's walkable. Okay.
I got exhausted. I almost like, just drop me off on the freeway.
Yes, I understand it's walkable, but can you show us affordable living? Like you don't have to show us
out here.
$6,000 housing. Like we want 3 to 4.
I'm not giving you $6,000, sis.
Like I know.
I'm not doing it.
I know Niam's got this Colonizer Valley job, but I'm
not giving you $6,000.
Trying to save in the process of selling a house and
nigga rich and go on vacation.
And in the process of near trying to find a job and trying to get to Hawaii for Christmas. So let me just speak that into existence
Hawaii
too.
For Christmas.
Hawaii for Christmas.
Come on.
I'm trying to get there.
Yeah.
So I don't. If I have $6,000 worth of rent, I
done dropped the mic. Ooh, that's a blessing. The ancestor said too much.
So if I got $60,000 for rent, I can't go to Hawaii for Christmas.
Yeah.
So no, lady. The only thing is like she just showed us like up and down.
She was trying to count our money.
She was
because she called us dinks.
Yeah, double income, no kids.
Double.
No kids.
So she said, all the other folks gonna love you. Y'all dinks. I said, is that a derogatory?
Right.
Come here, nigga.
And then she's like, no, that's double income, no kids. And I'm like, right now we more like a sink. Single income, no kids. Shit.
Come on, just dump everything in it. Come on, sink.
And we sink right now.
Yeah, we just the sink.
You
can't sink if you fuck up.
Right.
You fuck up too much. Yeah. Yeah, so she was trying to be like, well, you gonna have double income. Well, bitch, I don't got that now.
Right.
Wait a minute. Stop counting my money.
You're gonna land somewhere. Okay.
Stop counting my money.
I know I am, but we still trying to.
Yeah.
Look, we ain't got to be in a new high rise. No. I know not how much I want to be there.
Do. And I'm gonna take advantage of this temporary house.
Give me garden level.
1973, California. What is this? What's this wood paneling?
Right.
Yeah, that was hilarious. But now let's get to the fun part. Tam and Dan.
Yes.
You want to start? They gave us the real tour. We should have paid them.
Right. So, so when I came out here for my job, my previous job, and I had orientation. Like I had interviewed Tam for the other podcast, and I was like, "You are so cool." And then I came out here for training for my job, my other job, and we met up with Tam and Woke Ass Den, and we was having a good time chatting it up. And it's like, man, like I really wish y'all could move out here because the black folks are a little weird, and y'all, you just a real ass nigga. So, and I was like, you never know, right? It's like, because I'm trying to get out here too.
Yeah.
Next thing you know,
Yeah.
surprise, we here.
My niggas.
So I hit up Tam and Dan, and we've been talking back and forth maybe about the past couple weeks to say, like, hey, mark your calendars. We coming. We going to be here. Like, we need to hang out. And they came up. They drove 2 hours from where they was at, and they came up. Had a little sign.
To the Kwanzaa crew. We have some people we think we want to initiate.
They got a little sign that say, welcome to Cali, cuz, Nirams and Nyambis.
Sweet, right?
Yeah.
They're so sweet.
And, we just had like good people. And you can tell they're good people because one of the things I was telling Nyambis was just like, she's like, so, like, tell me about them. I said, well, both of them Southern Black.
Yeah, my favorite
Like
type.
what?
My favorite type.
Like, yes, Southern Black. So they're going to be good people.
Second to Detroit Black.
Yes. Southern civil rights Black.
Yeah.
Your type of people.
So I told you, only second to Detroit Black.
Yeah.
Because Detroit is his own culture.
Mm-hmm. So they came on up. We sat and talked for about 45 minutes. And then he was like, well, what do y'all want to do? And I was like, well, Nyambi have never been to the Bay Area.
No, I've only been to LA, Long Beach area. Yeah.
So take her everywhere. Like this. Let's pick a place and let's go.
You could really just took me down the street. I'm like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah. So we went to a train station and we hopped on the train and he gave us
that experience so we can get down to San Fran.
Yeah, but also gave us a little lesson like, all right, this is Caltrain, this is the BART,
why y'all have
this is
so
the light
many?
rail,
Caltrain, BART, light rail, Mooney, the San Francisco treat trolleys.
And like all of them need different cards.
Why is that?
And then if you want the one that got all the cards, you got to pay $200. Well, I'm exaggerating. It's like $100.
I'm like, why is this not free? Look, now I'm New York subway and DC Metro. Why can't I just hit the button and a card comes out
and I can use it everywhere?
Why is that hard concept?
Well, that's the Clipper card, baby. It's just $100.
It shouldn't even be an option. Everyone should. You either should have a hard Clipper card that should be extra, maybe $5-10, or you should have like a plastic one or a disposable one. That should be the only options.
I really think that's the way it should be because that's how it is in DC. Like you get that one card.
I code onto it.
You get on the bus, you get on the subway,
you get on everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
So I do think that was interesting. So we got on the BART, we got on the Caltrain. And they gave us an area tour of San Fran.
Yeah, that's the real one.
And we had a ball.
We was at that Pier 39. Mm-hmm. What in the world? I ain't know. I thought we were just looking at piers, and all of a sudden it turned up to a lit club. I said, "What is this? What's going on here? Magic shows?" And why was y'all niggas kept looking at? It was such a huge crowd around them otters. I said, "They gonna do tricks?"
No,
looks like it was a Universal Soul Circus. Cause they about to jump through hoops.
Baby, them sea lions. Difference.
Okay, there you go. Okay, a sea otter. What is it?
Sea lion.
What I say? A sea otter.
A sea otter.
It's a different. What's the difference between a sea otter and a sea lion?
Arms or something. I don't know.
Sea otter, a sea lion,
yes.
Or a sea lion or otter. They're not called sea otters. I guess it's assumed because they're in the sea.
Yes.
Okay. Well, why we say a sea lion? Oh, because a lion can be in the jungle.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
I worked through it.
Each one teach one.
Using these degrees for critical thinking.
So we went to Pier 39. We walked around there. It was like a huge tourist track. So it was just good to go to
San Francisco.
Tourist traps, but also do like lesser known stuff. So we did the pier. We walked around there. We went to the MLK
that
waterfall.
Was beautiful. That MLK waterfall was beautiful. I think all monuments with African American civil rights need to have water.
Yes.
Just as a release and a cleanse and baptize them. Contemplation pool.
Yes, it need to be just like the contemplation.
It needs water everywhere because it was so loud in there.
Right, that you can't even hear yourself talk.
Yeah, you couldn't talk. You really just had to read and be in solitude and quiet meditation and prayer, and it was absolutely beautiful. So if y'all in the San Fran area, go to the MLK waterfall, and it's down the street from I think it's the Modern Museum of African Diaspora. We haven't been there, but we going there.
The MOAD, yeah.
Oh, it's going there. I'm so excited.
Nee, I know how you love a good museum, nigga.
Yeah, Nee, I already know what our whole evening is going to be.
So
we're going to leave near home at home. We're just going to go.
No. Well, who going to navigate for y'all then?
We'll figure. I know how to get there. Okay. I'm going to take the exact route. No, we can't defer. We can't defer nothing. This is where we going.
So we did that. What else we did? We just walked around.
And freaking outs.
Oh, yeah, we did go to In-N-Out. Animal style everything.
Y'all niggas out here on the West Coast do that with that In-N-Out. Y'all do that.
Nigga, I want my lemonade animal style.
Oh, my God. Put some onions on it. And it's always a line.
It is. That bitch is always jumping.
Yeah.
I've never seen it empty In and Out.
No.
What time do you go to In and Out when it's empty?
Is In and Out open 24 hours?
I don't know.
Oh. I hope so.
But I would guess, like, just to wrap it all up, it was good to have
community and people.
A community.
It shows the importance of that, y'all. So even though we're out in California, wherever you are, even if you've been in the city forever, you got to have a community of people. Like, find your tribe, y'all. Like, do a year of yes with Nyambi. I mean, just nope, not a year.
A month. Baby.
Do 4 weeks of yes with Nyambi and see where it leads you. Let's do this together.
Yeah, and just having that community, and also, like, especially when you move to a place that's, like, kind of foreign, like you've never been there, and, you know, you're just trying to figure out things. It's always good to have at least, like, 1 or 2 smiling faces. They be like, hey, we got your back. We know it. We understand.
They laid out
so
the
much so.
Come on, you about to say what I said. You about to say what I said.
So much so that woke-ass Ham gave us a list
of where to get our hair did.
Ooh, hold on.
Haircuts.
Let me find the note.
You said let you find the note.
Let me find the note. Because this motherfucker here
is detailed.
Okay. Black Contacts in Colonizer Valley.
Come on.
The San Jose Colonizer Valley NAACP.
Come on.
The barbershop for me.
Yep.
A hair salon for you. A couple of them.
Yep.
Brady and Beauty.
Come on.
The museum. And the waterfall.
Yeah.
And also, what you know already, I don't know if she sent this to you. She's also sent me a list of jobs to apply to.
Come on. Because that's what you do as a friend of the community. Because when you hang out with a bunch of billionaires, you become the sis. So you don't want nobody you invite into your crew ain't up on it.
Right.
You got to band together.
So that's some real shit. Like,
Jesus. God is
think
good.
about
I'm praying for them.
I think about it. I say, damn, like, that brought me a little joy.
Oh, what'd you say, Nero?
That brought me a little joy. Because that's really how you look out for somebody. Like, that's some real nigga shit right there.
That's how you supposed to do it.
That's how you look out.
Yeah.
Hey, we know y'all new here. We know that you never been here before. We know that you might need some things. So here, which is where you can go get your hair cut. I don't know if you know you guys some militant black folk. So here you might go to this NAACP meeting. Yeah. They may not be as militant as y'all want, but y'all at least get a start there. Yeah. Nayambi, this is where you can go get your hair braided at. Yep. Near, this is where you gonna get your hair cut at. And here are a few things you can do in the city. Yep. God damn.
Blessings. I'm so grateful.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
some real nigga shit.
Yeah.
And everybody who is listening, y'all need to take notes.
Take notes.
On how to look out for somebody, especially when they come into a new area.
This was free, right? Just sending resources is free.
Right.
Yeah.
Like being nice, sending resources is free.
Yeah. Being kind. Looking out for us. Economic growth. It all ties together. The ancestors told us about this.
Right.
We just chose not to listen.
But that brought me a little joy.
I know it did. Good.
And then Nessie, as we like to call him, Nessie on right hand, Denny, talking about, Nero, you better watch out because he going to get you.
Yeah, he says it's going to get a little joy. You're going to start climbing mountains and going far.
Climbing mountains, and next thing you know, your ass will be nestled too.
That's what Cali will do to you. I ain't got to my people yet. I ain't got to Oakland. I ain't got to cross the bay yet. I'm getting to y'all, though. I know my people is over there. I know y'all got some good food. That's what I'm buying with you for. And get to church, too. But we found us a little church.
Yes.
It wasn't little, but we found a church.
Because Naomi's like, well, I'm going to find a church. So I was like, all right.
And here go Nero.
I'm going to shut this shit down.
The Lord used Nero to find a church for us.
Look, because I'm like, because, you know, Naomi repeating the same shit over and over again, like with this Desi shit. So, like, you know what? I'm going to fix this because I'm tired of hearing it. Bam, here's a list of 3 black churches in the area. Pick one. Yep. Well, this one got a website. Let me check this one out.
Black churches, y'all need to get websites.
Y'all can hire me.
Oh, hey, that's a niche. Because you already know what they want, right? You know what to say and not to say. You already know about the building fund. And
right. This church, I know we going there. This church.
I liked it.
You can look. First of all, they ain't got no collection plate. It's
I like that.
It's just boxes at the door.
Yeah.
There's just ties on it, and you put
just
whatever
drop
you want
it in.
You drop it.
So during their love time, what they call them out of the church, they'll say, "Okay, go meet and greet everybody." And while you meet and greet everybody, do your tithes and offering.
But also, you can do it by their phone app.
You can send a text,
or you can send a text, and the money goes straight to their account.
Oh, Jesus, I'm here.
That's a bomb ass shit. I was impressed. I was impressed. I was also impressed on how
efficient
efficient in the service. Like we was in there at 10 o'clock.
We was out
by 11:30. I wish,
and I didn't feel like I missed anything. They did praise and worship. We prayed. We had benediction. We did offering. We did welcome new people. We did love time. We did everything.
Y'all know I really not for this church shit. I almost
that was an hour and a half.
If it was 30 minutes shorter,
you couldn't say nothing.
I couldn't say. I had to be there with Nyambi every week. But since it's still an hour and a half, once a month still stands.
Mm-hmm. Fine, you do what you gotta do. I'm going to the Lord.
I know you can go there.
But I was impressed. And the singing wasn't bad. I mean, they had a guitar.
They had a saxophone, nigga.
When I tell you that white boy, and it's a men's church to you, that white boy was playing like Kenny G.
My God.
I said, come on, Kenny G. Come on, you better play for the Lord.
I said, what the hell?
I said, play for the Lord. But the thing is, you still could do the call and response because the pastor black. So I still felt comfortable doing my call and response because although I'm Baptist, I do think I got a splash of Pentecostal in me. And a tinge of Koji. Mm-hmm. I'm not, but I got a tinge. So I'm still can do my call and response. And the singer could sing. They only had one soloist, but he could sing.
So are we going to get to the service? I know you took notes on
it. Was weird because I was looking for a program and they had no program.
Nothing. You know, it's all California because
it's green.
I got to pay for damn bags here. It's like going to Save-A-Lot at every store.
And Nero, I'm talking about, y'all take a bag. I said, we don't want no bag. Nero, I take it. He said, well, I keep getting 30, 40 cents. I said, these bags cost money.
They're stronger than the regular bag.
Yeah, well, I hope if I'm paying anywhere between 5 and 10, 15 cents for them, they better be something.
These bags strong as fuck.
They are. I was like, no more. Don't buy no more bags. We just got to keep some in the car.
I'm going to bring some bags from white ass New England.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Because I'm free there. People in New England like, kiss my ass. I ain't paying 5 cents for this. Bag. I'm going through self-checkout. I'm not hitting any bags. They'll tell you they're about to break the law.
Right. Sir, you stole the bags. Fuck your law.
Call the police. So, look, we talking about church. But church was good. It was Cali diverse. So
as you like to call it.
That's what the pastor called it, Cali diverse. So it was everyone in there. It was black. It looked like it was civil rights black in there. It was continent black, Asian, Indian, white. Everybody was in there. It was interesting. Yeah. I need to do more research on the church, but he teaches from this idea that, everyone's supposed to kind of come together, right? But I don't know. It was just different. But what got me? Well, we'll start at the beginning. He basically did Ephesians chapter 2, one of my favorite chapters, right? Mm-hmm. Verses 1, the whole chapter. So just Ephesians chapter 2. If y'all looking for your daily devotional, it ain't Get It Done Sunday. Go check that out. But it was just talking about God's grace and mercy. You know how I love that, right? That is just what I've been on. That has been my devotional for months. But even more so fleshing that out to say his grace and mercy is not because of what you did or you came to church or you did what you did. It's just because of who he is and what he did for you, right? So it's not tied to what you did. Like, it's not tied to that. It's just who he is and, and worship and all that. But what this pastor did do that I haven't experienced in church in years, he talked about race up front. He put out, I forgot what verses. I think I forgot to write the verse down because I was shocked when he said it. He said, what the Bible is talking about is racism. I said, oh. Is it? Let me sit down. Let me get comfortable. Look, this is me. Slow clap.
It's like, oh shit, this nigga about to all lives matter us.
No, and the thing is, he didn't. I think Nero was waiting any moment to get to put his finger up and walk. But it was this idea. How would you describe it, Nero? Like, I think he said what's going on today is this idea of racism, right? And sexism and titles and America and what has been structured on, systematic oppression, basically. Right. So we created, race is a structural, it's a construct, right? So it's something that we made up and put stuff behind it, right? And I think that's what we have to separate between race and culture. Culture is different. So what we really talking about, when it gets down to, like, when we talk about civil rights, black, continent black, we talking about culture, really. Race is a thing that folks made up. But he's saying that's what's really standing out. And that's what he was talking about, too, about this idea that stuff can change. And, through the civil rights movement, these movements, policies and things change, but
they don't change hearts.
That don't change hearts. When he said that, I said, whew. That's a word, though. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When, all this he said, and he believed the church is there to change hearts, right? And it's his job to, move forward in that. So I thought it was very, very interesting. And then when he talked about the race, he applied it to Ephesians chapter 2 verses, I think it's 12 through 15, if y'all want to go check that out. And we were referring to Gentiles. He was saying Gentiles just ain't the folks who ain't know Jesus. It's the folks who was different, meaning different. That's what he was referring to. But what got me at that church was he really focused on at the end this idea of see it. What do you say? Sit and see it.
Right.
Sit and see. So sitting with someone and seeing them. So he said a lot of times churches get a bad rep. They're like, oh yeah, if you're a survivor of this, come on here. If you're this, that, oh, but you gay. Oh, we can't do that. Oh yeah, we love you. Yes, come sit here. Oh, you talking about racism? Well, we don't really talk about racism. Okay. Oh, we don't really talk about politics. He said, but the church be the place you need to become as you are. All facets of your life and what you've been through. So if you can't feel comfortable enough to come into church and be who you are and sit and have someone see you for who you are in your story, you in the wrong place and the church is doing a disservice. So I thought it was just an interesting slant on that. I haven't heard it that way. And that's where I got to you saying, I see here, I'm going to sit, I see you near him, right? I see you making these sacrifices and coming doing that. I can imagine that it's not easy to do, right? So empathy and compassion, basically.
Yeah, empathy and compassion. But I think one of the things he was definitely talking about the issues of black community in front of mixed company.
Oh, Nero ain't like that. He was definitely telling secrets.
I did not like that at all.
He was telling secrets.
Some of y'all niggas up in here, he say niggas.
If he said that, I had to leave.
Look, like he said, I'm translating. Some of y'all niggas ain't never had racism in your life, but you always mad.
Claiming it.
Somebody, you working as a barista at Starbucks and somebody say, can I have a white mocha? And you get mad talking about why the fuck you got to be white.
And I think he'd have worked because, I think about, too, the fake Twitter activists out there, right? Who be claiming some stuff. And you be like, hey, sis, you ain't even in for the struggle.
Right. You ain't never had no German Shepherd on your ass.
Yeah, you're not helping, right? So I think that was interesting for him to call out. And then afterwards, he had his little talk and meet and greet reception and met him. And I appreciate how you took time to come out and shake everyone's hand and like, welcome to this church. We hope you see you again, right? It was just interesting. And I think I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna test it out. I don't know if that's gonna be the church, right? It ain't Southern Baptist black. I like a good shout and run, but it is good. Like, it's good for the soul, right? It's definitely somewhere. If I can't make it out to Oakland or wherever and this might end up being my home church. I don't know, but sometimes you just want that. Because what got me about this church is this idea of challenge. It's been a long time since I've been challenged in the church. Like, I think I've always been supported. I've been held. I've been nurtured. I've been guided. I've been directed in church, but challenged.
Right. And that's one thing.
It's something I have not been done. This. I haven't been challenged in church a lot. And I think maybe, on this journey, that's something God wants me to do. Right? Because the pastor was definitely talking about, loving your neighbor and saying, resentment towards population. I don't think I have resentment towards population. I don't dislike white people. I don't dislike other people, but I ain't for the bullshit.
No.
But, I got defensive. So working through that. So how does that translate with me being out here, right? And is there a way I can go about it with compassion? How can I use common sense compassion? I think that's where I'm on, right? So if you messing me over, of course I'm dumb. But every single person not here to mess you over, right? And how do you decipher that?
And I guess one of the
and being more open to deciphering that, because I'm not even open to it. I cut it short.
I guess one of the things that really struck a chord that really got everybody is like, how you got to ask for forgiveness, but the grand architect got to have somebody mess you over so you can forgive
when he was saying, you asked for all these things from the Lord and to be a forgiving heart, he said, but don't you know when you're asking for forgiveness, when you're asking for a forgiving heart, when you're asking to be merciful and have that on your spirit, you're really asking for the grand architect to send somebody in to come mess you over. Because you can't truly have a forgiving heart or spirit or be merciful until unless they mess you over. You can say it, but that's not the same as doing it and having it. Come on. So that's what I'm talking about, challenge, right? And we ask for these things, then God put us in these situations, then what? Oh. Right. So I think that's what got my ears perked up a little bit. That isn't some of the stuff I was like, oh, okay. But that idea of challenging, or maybe challenge is not the right word. Maybe fine-tuning, sharpening my walk to be like, oh, I ain't think about that, Pastor. I ain't think about that. let me marinate on that for a minute. That's what I liked about it.
And then they ended the church with food trucks in the parking lot.
Come on. Food trucks in the parking lot featuring a jazz band. I would like to take the right hand of fellowship. No.
Nah, be asked. Can I be on this committee?
Can I be on the planning committee?
Baby, are you even going to be a part of this church?
I'm not
sure. But
I would like to be on this planning committee. I can come at least a couple times a month to help support this. So I think it was a good experience. Like, it's definitely different, right? It's
very
different.
Much so. But it's like
different in a good way.
Super diverse.
I'm nestled. I'm getting nestled.
You are getting nestled. Denny, I blame you.
No, I'm still civil rights black. Don't get it twisted.
You getting nestled.
I'm still civil rights. Don't get it twisted.
You getting nestled.
But again, as I'm taking this walk, I can't stay at one level, right? You got to continue. You have to continuously elevate. And I think this is a part of my elevation. And when they said, when you want to be merciful and forgiveness, you asking for the Lord to mess over. You got to get messed over. Whew. So all the things you're asking, I want to be patient. Well, you're going to be put in a situation where you have to be impatient. I want to be full of gratitude. We got to be put in situations where you got to be grateful for the stuff you got. Come on. I want to be bountiful. We got to be situations where you weren't. Come on. Food stamps to what? Whew. All right.
Food stamps, 6 figures.
But overall, it was really good. We gonna do this kitchen table talk, or we gonna close on out?
We got enough time.
Okay, we'll go ahead.
Let me see if I can pull it up. So the voicemail that we supposed to play
A couple Fridays ago.
That's all Fridays ago.
Yeah.
All right.
You
Let's
ready?
see how we can get this.
So as always, to submit your questions for kitchen table talk, you can shoot us the email at blacklovematters.com. That's blacklovematters.com.
Yeah, and we also got that voicemail 508-784-1111. Here we go.
Hi, Nirman Nyambi and the Black Love Matters Family Podcast. I am calling in response to episode 130, where you talked about fractured friendships and all the questions you need to ask in terms of what was the purpose of this friendship, X, Y, and Z, and also ultimately getting goal is like, what value do I get from this, or is there anything that can be savaged from the relationship? I actually want to ask this in terms of a relationship, not a friendship. When do you let a person go? When do you say, I have helped you all I can with your vices. I can no longer take this. I'm out of here. I'm a very you mess up, I'm done type of person, because I feel like once you're over 30, you just don't have time for it. But other people are like, you should help me through this. Da, 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 da. Am I crazy? Give me your feedback, whether from Nirma, Nyambi, or the Black Love Matters family. I love you guys. I'll be checking Twitter for your responses. Bye.
Good question. You want to go first, Nero?
Yeah, there ain't nothing to cut that bitch off.
Oh my goodness, Nero.
No, I think, especially when you get higher up in age, the less and lesser you got time.
Higher up in age, like it's a grade.
I'm telling you, it is. Especially when you get in your 30s. When you're in your 30s, you don't do shit when you're in your 20s. When you're in your 40s, you don't do shit when you're in your 30s. So I feel like, as you get older and older, especially in this age of fuck niggas and social media and shit like that, like I feel like you have to have low tolerance for the bullshit, especially like early on. And if it's somebody that you've been dealing with for a couple of years and you've, went through all the resources of counseling, ultimatums and shit like that, like at one point you got to be like, all right, I did all I can do. Yeah. And you got to move on.
Yeah.
So like, when do you move on? When you get tired of shit.
Yeah. When you're tired.
Right.
When you're tired, when you get up and you start making old people noises.
Right.
When you see their number, you cringe. When you see their face, you cringe. When it's something intuitive in you, and you're like,
when it starts to become a chore, and it's like, you know what? This relationship is being harder. I got kids, and I got to treat you like one of the kids.
And I think it also translates when that person's not willing to help themselves.
Right.
So if you ever get in a point in a relationship where you're trying harder than they are, you can't do that. You're not their mama. You're not their Lord. You can't do nothing but. And the thing is, I don't think it's ever I'm be devil's advocate, so I don't think it's ever a stop supporting. But I think just support gonna look different. Yeah. So you might need to go from an active support to a passive support.
Yeah.
So instead of you on the grind with them, right there with them, maybe you had to just do it from a distance,
right? And
send an encouraging text. Send the resources via email.
Right.
Instead of calling daily, call weekly. Instead of calling weekly, call monthly. Instead of calling at all, text.
Right.
Instead of texting, email. Like, it might just shift that, because it might be just a great person, right? That you enjoy, but the relationship shifts, and being okay with that. But I think my biggest red flags is when you're doing more than that person's doing. Because then you're trying to create their life and shift their life. And then I would argue you're losing focus on what you're supposed to be doing. Right? Yeah. So you so busy helping them. What you supposed to be doing? What's your mission? All missions ain't called for you. The Lord don't call you to everybody's mission. Because I also believe that sometimes, especially we as Black women, we go in and try to be super women and fix everything. And by us going in and fixing, air quotes, helping, that's what it fits. We really fixing them, right? Because we got some shit we need to fix in our life, and nobody fits for us. So we fixing it up for other folks. But what then happens, and we're taking the lesson away from that person. Maybe this is a lesson the Lord been trying to teach them for 30 years.
And you just
keep blocking.
Right.
And so the Lord be like, well, I got to teach them again. Here we go. Like, so keeping those things in mind.
And also remember, like, when we talked about, reasons and seasons and soulmates for different parts of your life. So this person maybe was there to hold time for somebody else.
Time and space. Teach you a lesson.
Prepare
you for your forever.
Right.
Or you preparing them for their forever.
Right.
Yeah. But I think the biggest things is when that intuition. Once you get that gut intuition to be like, they trying it. Mm-hmm. And everyone know, but like, I ain't doing this no more. It's like it's certain thing that click in your head, be like, no.
Yeah.
Or the other red flag is when you're doing more than them.
Yeah.
When you're doing more than them, that it should never be the point where you're hustling up more than them.
And and I go back to like, because I know she had mentioned something about like growing together and you helping each other out. And I get that, but
if you're growing, they're doing something too.
Like, are you applying for jobs for this nigga? I don't know what the hell it like,
Like I said, maybe we could just send them inspirational quote once a week.
Because I feel like, me and Naomi has been growing for the past 12 years, but like, Naomi, you never wrote no damn
cover letter,
no damn resume for me.
Yeah.
So, or like, like her help is like, well, I've talked to this person, or have you heard of this resources X, Y, and Z? But, at that point, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force them to drink it because if you do, you're drowning them.
Yeah, you're pushing their head down, you're going to drown them.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
and they never can be self-sufficient. Mm-mm. Yeah, so I think all those things come into play. And then also asking yourself, what are the emotions or what's tied to you leaving them? Mm-hmm. Right? So is it guilt? Is it shame? Did they help you do something? Like, what is tying you there? Like, get to the root of that and saying, like, well, why do I have this much invested? It can't just be time. What else is it? Right? Is it a fear of being alone? All that stuff, and asking that. And maybe, once you're out of this relationship, break up with them. Look, break up with them. No, or if you stay, I don't know. But regardless, I think it's time for you to look at your expectations and your boundaries when it comes to relationships and to reevaluate them and have them very clear. Because I think this also happens when it's not clear.
Right.
Or if they're clear, but you don't hold fast to them. So
Absolutely.
if you're like, oh, I have boundaries, they're clear, obviously you're not holding to them because this would be a very clear question.
Right.
And this is core value question. Is you doing what you about? No, well, you got to go, right? Mm. So that's what it is. But Black Love Community, y'all let us know. Y'all advice for this person too. If there's something else we missed or if you've been in this situation, feel free to give your advice.
Right.
All right. As always, to submit your Black Love stories, go to blacklovematters.com. To submit a question for Kitchen Table Talk, shoot us the email at blacklovematters@gmail.com. And to leave a comment about anything that we talked about, you can do that on our website, SoundCloud, Stitcher, any form of social media. That's Black Love Matters with no K. Or don't forget that voicemail at 508-784-1111. Talk to y'all later. And remember,
love is ever evolving.
Peace. California knows how to pray.